Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to Board Game Breakfast here on the Dice Tower. My name is Chris Yi.
I'm Wendy Yi.
And good morning, I'm Eric Summerer.
Look, it's Eric Summerer in the flesh.
Where?
I mean, not really. He's fresh out of the void.
He's in the non-void.
It's funny, we got to see each other in person not so long ago. We were even rooming together in the same suite, and we didn't film anything at all for this program.
You're right.
Yeah, I always have grand aspirations, like, oh, maybe we could do something cute. That'd be like fun to do, and then I don't know, we're at the convention.
We get busy.
And,
Yeah.
meeting,
Life does life.
Yeah, meeting tons of wonderful people, playing games with folks who came out to Dice Tower East.
I
It was
would
a
like-
delightful time.
I would like to verify, though, that the Eric Summerer is a real human being.
Mm-hmm.
He is not
I am not
AI
an AI
created.
simulacrum.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm. It's pronounced Similac, Eric.
Oh, right. I am not an AI Similac.
Yeah.
Great suggestion, Chris.
Yeah, nor am I an AI Pedialyte. So, no, overall, Dice Tower East, fantastic. One of my favorite Dice Tower East songs that we've ever had. I think that Camilla and Jenny did a phenomenal job
Oh, my
running
goodness,
it.
so well.
All the lieutenants, everyone, all the volunteer coordinators, all the volunteers. It was fantastic.
It's funny. I kept going to the library being like, hey, anybody need my help? Anybody need my help? Nobody needed my help. It was great. They just took care of everything.
Yeah, I agree. The staff, volunteers, everybody, that is what makes this convention run so smoothly. And so we get to have just a blast running our various events and making things happen on our side. And there aren't a lot of extra things to worry about, which is the way it should be. It was great.
I'm pretty sure it's pure magic.
How did curling go, Eric?
Curling was giant and fun and also very hot because I wore a turtleneck.
Also,
Yeah,
I feel
those
like
don't
that
breathe well.
this year the hall had like moments, pockets of cold and pockets of not cold, and I feel like the curling was at a pocket of not cold.
Oh, it was warm there.
Yes, but the big curling set got use the entire week, which was great. It wasn't just during my tournament event. And it was a blast, really fun. I think everybody I talked to said that was a wonderful addition to the dexterity hallway.
Ooh, I just realized something that when we said that all the lieutenants did a great job, that includes Mike Heller, who's in the chat. Ugh. Ugh. All right, well,
I guess
stand by it.
technically he did a job.
Yeah.
He did. I had a thing, and I was like, I don't know where this is supposed to go, except that it goes to Hot Games, and I handed it to Mike, and it magically did what it was supposed to do. So,
That or he ate it.
As far as you know, yes.
Yeah, jury's still out.
as far as I know.
A thing that was really stepped up this year at Dice Tower East, which I was surprised about, was the amount of tinker trade going on. So this is a 3D printed D20 die, and I could not bring all of the stuff that was handed to me. Fantastic things, little cows, like cute little cow pieces,
Ducks,
little duckies,
Penguins,
penguins,
little hair clippy.
hair clips,
mushrooms.
custom poker chips, all sorts of stuff. But I wanted to show this one off because it has a particular audible quality to it that I'm going to place it right in front of the microphone here, and you're going to see. I don't know if you heard that.
Do it like
That was
15
easy.
more times,
Yeah,
real fast in succession.
I don't think I will. But yeah, the person who handed this to me said, "Hey, do you want a really annoying clicker?" And I thought, I'm not sure that I do. She handed it to me. I clicked it once, and I thought, oh, I really like this. You looked up what this was, right?
I did. I learned so that you can buy like replacement springs for your computer keyboard, and that's what people use. They use like the little inserts of the little replacement springs.
Oh.
Yeah. So it's like a
Okay.
preset, nice click. Not the laptop ones. I assume they're like old school keyboards.
Mechanical keyboard stuff.
Yeah.
Hey, one last thing I want to show off.
Oh.
We got a new adoptee.
Oh, one last small item.
Yeah, just a small little thing here. This is a chicken bag. This is a game bag.
It is from Sea Cow Games.
Yep.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
It works.
So
Yeah.
chicken bag. Anyway, great Dice Tower East, everybody. Anything else to add? Oh, hey, by the way, we also have some shout outs to you good, kind folks here. Why don't we pass some time over to Mr. Eric, the Summerman Summerer?
Let's do it. We want to send a shout out from Joseph to Lil Rube 67.
Lil Rube.
I don't know who that is, but I hope you feel shouted out.
Does little Rube like meet a wolf and chop it open and get her granny out?
Lil Rube.
Little red Rubik's Cube. Benjamin would like to shout out Ms. Wife, who always plays with me. I think that's a typo. I think that's my wife who always plays with me.
No, I think it's Ms. Wife.
I think it's definitely
Ms. Wife.
Yeah, Ms. because it needs to be ambiguous as to whether wife is married or not.
Yeah. Yes.
True.
Jason Trutman would like to shout out Jason Trutman.
Good job, Jason.
Bold move.
Yes. Paulo Pons would like to shout out both Paulo and all the Peruvian hairless dogs in the world.
How many of those are there? And are any of them watching?
I hopefully a significant percentage of Peruvian hairless dogs are watching, so they feel shouted out. Mikhail would like to shout out Megan and Mikhail Gordon.
Hey, the Gordons, thank you.
Lucas would like to shout out Lucas Connors from San Francisco. I'm assuming it's the same Lucas that asked for the shout out that was being shouted out.
That'd be cool if it
You don't
wasn't,
know.
though. Like,
You don't know.
yeah. The New York branch recognizes the San Diego branch. Or San
One
Francisco.
Lucas recognizing another. And last but not least, Mats would like to thank everyone at the Dice Tower crew for the many years of outstanding content, love, and appreciate you all. So shout out to you folks as well.
Shout out
So
to you.
we had a question in the chat as to how do you get a shout out. So we do a game found every year in January, and this is one of the pledge levels. So check that out when that comes along.
Yep, it supports the Dice Tower. You get a sweet shout out. Not always from the illustrious voice of Eric Summerer. Sometimes from somebody else. But these lucky folks got Eric.
From anybody else.
They're the special ones.
We have a quick word from our sponsor, Grip Mat, and then we'll be right back with our Eyecatchers. Epic experiences shouldn't feel cramped. They should feel larger than life. Don't fight with a small game board. Focus on fighting the forces of evil. Pick up a Grip Mat to aid you in the battle today. Get custom playmats for your favorite games, big or small. Choose the custom grip surface for the extra help to keep pieces in place, or get the regular surface if you'd prefer. Each comes with high-definition art that pops on the table. Check out the Etsy link below to see what Grip Mat can offer you.
Ah! See, I sound just like you.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Perfect.
I'm a regular Ace Ventura.
All right, it is Eyecatcher time, and what this means is that we are going to share something that has caught our eye, something that we find interesting or exciting that might be coming out, and I want to talk about Night at the Zoo. So this is a new design from Tomas Holek, and it's being produced by Albi. And it is a really cute tile laying game. So I guess you're drafting tiles, you're laying tiles down, and you're trying to move these animals because they're not trying to sneak out of the zoo. No, they've already successfully completed that. They're trying to sneak back into the zoo. And I just think it's super adorable. You've got a penguin who's sliding along. You've got the cheetah who's like galloping forward. Cheetahs gallop, right?
Cheetahs gallop. That's what they're primarily known for.
The technical term. I don't understand how that sloth is going to get anywhere, but it's going to try real hard. But yeah, all the animals have different special movement abilities and powers and stuff, and you're just trying to sneak them all back in so they can go to bed in their nice little comfy beds.
Look at that penguin. Look at those penguins.
He's
They're so
cute.
brave.
He's sliding
so
across
brave.
sand.
I have an affinity for penguins. I'm very curious about this game. Also, I have an affinity for Tomasz Holek, though I don't necessarily want to own a Tomasz Holek in my house with a giant
If you
freezer.
had the choice between a Tomas Holek in a freezer or a penguin in a freezer, which one would you pick?
The penguin, obviously, yeah. I've thought about
Which
it.
one's more illegal?
That's a very hard question to answer.
I don't know what to say to this.
All right, next Eyecatcher.
Hey, Chris, what's your eye catcher?
My eye catcher, I genuinely, folks, I'm a little tired, but I do not remember if I've done this one already, but I don't care. Rolling Deep
You have, but that's
I
fine.
have.
Yeah, I was
All
like,
right.
I think you have.
I'm pretty sure I did. But you know what? The campaign is actually live right now. Also, I did get to do a demo of this at Dice Tower East because there were some demo tables set up. I sat down with Peter Vaughn from Cardboard Alchemy, and we kind of two-handed like a little quick solo run of this. I played like a chapter of it. I felt very silly at Dice Tower East playing a solo game. I was like, I should go around and talk with other people and play games with other people. So I'm not going to do a whole run of this. But yeah, a few of us got to try out.
But did you want to do a whole run of it?
I did, which is why this is my Eyecatcher. Eric, you got to try a little bit of this as well, didn't you? Didn't you?
I did, and what you're not mentioning, Chris, is that I said, I want to learn how to play this, and Chris taught me the first few rounds, and I'm like, I am tired, I need to go to sleep. And Chris said, okay, well, I'm going to keep playing, I'll see you later. And I don't know how late you continued to play the game, but it must have been a little while, because I kept hearing as I was trying to sleep.
Yeah, sucker. So anyway, the game has a great little loop in terms of solo gaming. It's nice that there's no like upkeep on this one or anything like that.
It's not a main. Is it only solo?
Yeah.
Oh, it is only solo.
It is only solo, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's the thing is Bitewing started this solo only line or best at one line. I forget what they call it, but it's like a new line. They have the 2-player line. They have a couple of different lines they do. And it's pretty impressive that this one here is such a powerhouse because it's also paired with a Reiner Knizia game that's not like it's not like a small deal per se, but it's definitely taken backseat to Rolling Deep. But I have heard people say that this that Eureka, which is a reworking of Niffle for one. Niffle is the German imprint or like print of Yahtzee, and so Knizia basically made Yahtzee for one. And that's kind of what this Eureka game is. So anyway, this is the U.S. distributed rights of it with Bitewing. So anyway, this was fun, and I can just report back and say it was a cool demo. And Dice Tower East was awesome. And if you want to try out cool, wild, new upcoming things, come to Dice Tower East in the future. Anyway, that's my Eyecatcher.
Cool. I did back it as well, so I'm anxiously awaiting my giant dice. They're big. They're pretty chunky.
They're big chunkers, yeah.
My eye catcher this time is actually an ear catcher. I am recommending a podcast about curling. Yes, that's right. A curling podcast called Broomgate, a Curling Scandal. So this goes back to, you may have heard about it because it actually made national news when this happened.
I did not hear about it. I'm just sorry, spoiler. Nope.
You didn't?
Did we talk about, when did we talk about this?
I talked about it with you in person when we were at Dice Tower East.
That's what it was. I thought we talked about it during breakfast. So okay.
We have not talked about it on the show here because I said it was going to be my ear catcher. That was we just hadn't done it yet. That's always a danger when we like talk about things in real life. We're like, we should do this on the show, and then we think we've done it already, and we didn't actually do it.
That's what happened to me just now.
Or the opposite. Yes. I swear I haven't talked about this. It's only been in person. No, it was on the show.
Well,
so, 2015, 2016, curling broom manufacturers, and here's my curling broom. Don't hit the equipment. So, this is my old curling broom. This thing is ancient. It's dirty. It's gross. But this is basically the head of a curling broom. Modern ones are far more advanced. And these, in this particular era, this material, there were some advancements in this material. And this is what contacts the ice. And a normal curling broom sort of heats the pebble of the ice, the dots of ice, making the rock go farther and straighter than it would ordinarily without sweeping. But there were advancements in the technology, the material here, that actually gouged the ice more significantly, more efficiently, so efficiently that the team started using only one sweeper. They started having way too much control over the stone. So it wouldn't matter nearly as much what the thrower, the deliverer of the stone was doing. The sweeper basically just drove the stone home and could just stop it wherever they wanted and control it way more than they used to. This angered lots of people because suddenly the game was not what it used to be. It was too easy to curl. And then there was this arms race of technology where better and better manufacturers and materials were being used to the point where they just made one that was basically sandpaper, and they were just like gouging the ice when they were trying to play the game, which the ice makers hated. So how did they solve this? Well, you're just going to have to listen to the podcast. This is from CBC, the Canadian Broadcasting Corporation, and a semi-professional curler, like a mid-grade pro curler, who was sort of in the middle of all of this when it happened. And they solved it in the most Canadian way possible. And it's like a 5-part, 6-part with a bonus episode series. It's very entertaining. Listen to About Curling. Listen to About Curling, I say.
Listen to About Curling. Let me ask you a genuine question, Eric. And I'm not being snarky when I say this. If, like, I've watched some curling as it comes up at the Olympics. If I'm not really that interested in it, I'm guessing that this is an entertaining enough podcast that, like, it'll explain the ins and the outs. I don't have to sit there and go, like, oh my gosh, John Rickenbacker, world-class curler.
That's a wicked googly. You don't need to know a lot about curling. They explain what's going on. It's almost to the point where if you really know curling, you're going to be like, why don't you tell me about this amazing thing? But they sort of gloss over it because they want it to be accessible for everybody.
If I listen to this, will I know more than the curling knowledge I have currently about curling?
I think you will learn something by the end of it.
Ooh, educational.
We just might learn something along the way.
I know nothing about curling other than brooms are involved, and I haven't even sat and watched it. I've just seen in the background curling on the Olympics.
You should.
I should. That's the answer to that.
Yes. That is a great picture. That is a great, like, image for the podcast.
You could just hear them yelling, "Hurry hard, hard!" Yeah.
I didn't even know yelling was allowed in curling.
Oh, there's lots of yelling in curling.
It's not like golf.
No.
Hey, Ikana says, Broomgate is now in my podcast library. Fantastic.
Ooh.
Look at that, Eric. You doubled the listener count for the show.
Yes. I mean, your first choice in podcasts should be At the Table with the Dice Tower. But after you listen to that, you should then
you do DTV audio.
Yeah, yes. And then
audio.
When you've listened to the entire content of DTV audio.
Which is impossible.
All right. Well, cool, Eric. That is interesting enough. I might actually check that out. That's cool.
Speaking of, we haven't chatted out DTV audio in a long time. So just to explain for our viewers that don't know what that is, so we post up some of our main live shows onto an audio version. So if you don't have a chance or you don't have access to YouTube and you just have a favorite podcast server, you can listen there.
Mm-hmm. Which is a little funny because you have to be watching this to have heard that. But just in case you're like, I would really prefer to listen to these data.
Yeah.
Hey, also, Wendy, you said that you had an honorary Eyecatcher because we just discovered this literally seconds before we went live.
I did. Okay, so I had this game as a kid called Monster Mash where you would mash a button and there'd be these 3 rotating triangle-shaped things. And basically, it would mix up and make a new monster every time. And then you'd look at this display of cards and you would take the suction cup hand and you would whack and pick up the card with the suction cup, the little one that you that popped up on the screen. The first one to get it wins that card, right? I just learned there's a Pokemon version with adorable little Pikachu. And instead of little hands, there's lightning bolts with suction cups on them, so you still suction cup the card.
And it's a Pokedex that randomizes the cards.
It is a Pokedex. You're right. It's green, though, instead of the red, like for the one from the show. But it's okay.
This is actually by Milton Bradley, so it looks legit.
Yeah. Well, this one says Hasbro down here. I'm guessing this is like a...
Oh, MB on the left.
Oh, where is it?
On the bottom left.
What?
There it is, Milton Bradley.
Did the two forces of evil join together?
Did they combine?
That's amazing.
It's the only way they got the Pokemon license. They're like, our power combined.
They need to team up.
Yeah. Anyway, this looks adorable. I'm going to go on eBay. And so while we do that, we're going to jump to some contributors, and we'll be right back.
There's too much. There's too much. Hello, I'm Dr. Co-op, and I want to talk to you today about a serious problem affecting cooperative gamers. It's the situation or the condition known as Aeon's End Ennui. Aeon's End Ennui is a serious condition where a gamer takes a look at his collection of Aeon's End and realizes there's just too much. Now, what is the cure for Aeon's End Ennui? Recently, one of the newest Aeons in games, Beyond the Breach, arrived, and we played through this. And there was the Aeon's End on Wii. You're like, no, not another Aeon's End game. But here's the thing. The thing that actually makes this game, and why I keep buying it, is the first play sheet is so easy. The way it sets it up with that first sheet just makes it so easy to jump into the game and play your first game of Aeon's End. I wish more companies would do this, because this little sheet right here is the reason I have so much Aeon's End. So the cure for Aeon's End on Wii is the character sheet, which makes it so easy to jump in and play your first game. I actually really like Beyond the Breach, but it is definitely one of probably the most complicated sets of Aeon's End that's been out. The designers have had to explore the state space, which started with a really simple game with Aeon's End, the original. They've now had to make it much more complicated so they can expand the design space. So I do like it. I would recommend it. It's got a 5-episode campaign that makes it real easy for the stuff to come out. But just be aware that it's yet another Aeon's End game. It's probably the most complicated one. The cure for Aeon's End on Wii is to just play that first game. It's really great. I'm Rich Saunders, Dr. Co-op, coming here from Co-op Gestalt, and we'll talk to you later. Have a great breakfast. You're kidding me! There's already another Aeon's End up on GameFound? I just bought Beyond the Breach! Oh!
It's time. It's time for a little thing called the old top 10 list. What do you all think about that?
Sounds tenful.
Nah, I'm good.
Okay, cool. Next segment.
There's too much! There's too much!
10 was too much. We only have to come up with 9, Eric. We even have help with this one.
That's true. If you're not familiar with how we do the top 10 list here on Board Game Breakfast, we pick a topic. In this case, the top 10 things to do at Gen Con, our next upcoming convention that we'll be heading to. If you are heading there, stop by the Dice Tower booth 200-something, 300-something?
I don't know. We have a new booth number.
Yeah, last year we were able to say 333, but it's no longer that one. We moved a little bit.
Hold on. 249 is our booth.
What is it?
We got to have accurate information here.
What is it, Eric?
249 is our Gen Con.
249.
Ooh, okay. The 49ers.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
200 of them.
There's 2 of them, yeah. Or 200, whatever. 200 people went gold panning in 1849.
Definitely thinking of the football team.
Which are named after the...
I know very little about sports, but my dad was a 49ers fan.
Do you know what the 49ers are named after?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, the Gold Rushers.
Yeah,
right?
I know.
Okay, yeah. Famously not from 1949. Hey, we're talking about the top 10 things to do at Gen Con. Besides go to the main hall. The main vendor hall, super cool, fantastic.
Come visit us.
Come visit
Come
us.
say hi. Go buy some board games.
249. Got that down now. Thanks, Eric. But what are things to do besides that if you're at Gen Con? And that's what we're discussing today. Now, if you're not familiar with how it works, go ahead in the live chat here and submit your answer as to what should be the number 1 spot. We have each picked 3 things, which puts us just 1 shy of 10 because we're bad at math and sports facts.
Yeah.
Actually, Eric's really good at sports facts. He knows about Broomgate.
He does.
I do.
He knows more than I know.
But, hey, number 10 is going to be coming from me here on things to do at Gen Con besides the main vendor hall. And my first pick is I think that Board Game Geek does a really good job running this hot games room. They run around, they collect as many of the brand new games that come out at Gen Con that year. They have a room in the Hyatt Regency?
I believe so.
Yes.
Yes. On
second
the
floor.
second floor. It's a ticketed event, so you'll have to purchase tickets and stuff for it, but you get to go and try out all the brand newest stuff. I mean, it's all there. It's a very cool little event.
They have such a fancy time thing where you're given poker cards, and depending on what poker card you have determines how long you can stay and when you get kicked out.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah, if you have diamonds, you have 10 minutes remaining, stuff like that.
Yeah.
They have a little system. It's good. I like it.
It's really cool if you want to be able to see all the hot games. I actually have known people that they go to Gen Con to just buy a bajillion tickets to this room, and they just spend their entire time in this room.
We do often talk about how Gen Con is like a really purchasing heavy experience, not as much a playing heavy experience. And we do get pushback from people who say, no, I play a lot of games at Gen Con, and things like this is one of the ways. Yeah, one of the ways that people do get that enjoyment from it.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. All right, number 9. So outside of the vendor hall, there is tons of walkways and stuff, and you get to see so many cool cosplayers. So if you like to do cosplay, or if you just like to look at people that go all out and wear like stilts and stuff, I'm always impressed when someone will walk around the entire hall in stilts. It's crazy to me. But they do have a big parade that comes through one of the days every year, and then they also have people just kind of standing around. They have certain times where people can stand around all the cool cosplayers, and you can take pictures with them, and it's such a fun event, and I am amazed by what people can do.
It is really fun to just explore and see what people are doing. I love the parade because they cluster the same characters together, so you'll get like 5 Dr. Evils just sort of walking around.
And you can tell like the ones who go all out, like you said, versus the ones who are like, I have a gray sweater at home and I'm bald.
Yeah.
Or the 6-year-old that also gets to be with the person who spent $1,000 on their costume. So you get like all the Spider-Men, you get like the movie realistic Spider-Man, and then the little kid with his trick-or-treat costume with a picture of Spider-Man on it.
Yeah.
It is really impressive because I've watched a few videos on like how to make wigs look better and stuff, and like people make their own wigs to look like characters. It's just absolutely fascinating. 3D printing has made getting like cool swords and those kind of things just so much more possible. Like I think being a cosplayer in today's world is so much easier than it was 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I get number 8, and this is something that I have not personally utilized, but I discovered it and was just so fascinated by it last year that I had to put it on the list. Those nice hallways outside the exhibit hall, if you wander upstairs to one of the small ones, you can discover the crafting room at Gen Con, where they have set up stacks of yarn, sewing machines, fabric, scrapbooking supplies, whatever craft you are into, you can find the quiet space and just make something in this room. And I walked in, I was like, what is that? This is amazing that people can spend, hours in this room and build things, just hang out. And it's also a way away from the noise because it is a much more sedate space to just sort of decompress and rest a little bit. If I was at all crafting inclined, I would explore this room. I know my wife would spend a bunch of time here and probably make a ton of friends in the yarn arts quadrant of the room. So the crafting room upstairs, go check it out.
Is this a ticketed event?
I don't think it is. I think it's just something that's there, and you wander in. Of course, I might be wrong, and you might be turned away, but I don't think it's a ticketed event. I think it's just there as a support room.
That's interesting. I've never seen this before. I've never come across it. I'm going to look for this now.
You got to do some exploring upstairs and through the halls and stuff. I found the quiet room, and it was so eerie. I think it's near the craft room. The craft room, you can talk, you can converse and everything. The quiet room is genuinely like a decompression chamber for people who are like, I mean, I've been around tens of thousands of people all day.
There's so many people at Gen Con. There's those days where you're just like, oh, you can't move anywhere. The crowd just takes you.
Yeah.
If you need that, the quiet room is an excellent place to just be. It's like library atmosphere. Just sit down and decompress.
It's almost eerie, though, being at a convention where there's tens of thousands of people all around you, and everyone agrees this room is the quiet room. They'll enforce the rules. You walk in there, silent. It's so weird.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
All right, number 7 is coming back to me, and I know that this is technically near the main event hall, but the event hall closes at 6:00. In the rooms in the like right across the hall from the main vendor area, a lot of publishers will purchase or like rent out these large rooms, and they'll have events there that will go through the night. Like the people at Ivy Studio and All Play and Van Ryder and stuff will have these like you can sign up for specific slots and you can go to these game demos and whatnot all throughout the night. Sometimes they'll have big events and stuff there. Like All Play No is doing a trick-taking evening. I think a lot of these are ticketed because you have to manage people, obviously. They're going to do like a whole trick-taking party evening. I think there's like a Reiner Knizia-a-thon in one of the rooms. Like there's what is them? Leader Games. Leader Games last year had this whole weird like, I guess they do this all the time, where there's a poetry event or something like that. Like people like contribute these different ideas. They do like a combined playwright type thing. Like they'll play through some games of Oath, and then they'll have put on a puppet show at the end that is like a reenactment of several of the arcs that happen throughout, throughout the games of. I said arcs, but I mean Oath. And so there's just like weird, cool events that people do in the late evening, like throughout the late evening in the rooms there. So that's my number 7.
Okay.
It's a good number 7. All right, well, I wanted to shout out some food because getting food at Gen Con is sometimes an ordeal. There's the food trucks that everyone loves, but I honestly don't really head down there very often. There's like the stadium food. But what I came across last year was this beautiful little gem, and this is the Social Cantina. So this is Mexican food. It is like a hop, skip, and a jump just outside of the food area. Not the food area, but anyways, just outside of Gen Con. Like it's just right nearby, and everywhere, like every restaurant is pretty much sold out. You have to wait for an eternity to get a table. But we went here and I feel like they got us pretty quickly. And we were able to eat. We actually had 2 meals here last year and they were both delicious. I love Mexican food. So this to me is like a good place if I want to like sit down and eat and I want to like stop a little bit. Coming here, Social Cantina.
Did you check to make sure that they're still in business?
I found them on Google.
Okay, just making sure.
Yep. No,
Just
these are pictures I got from their website recently, like yesterday.
They're right across from Harry and Izzy's, I believe, on the opposite corner of Harry and Izzy's.
I think so.
Yeah.
If you're looking for them.
Yeah, there's a lot of really good food places there, and it's funny though because if you walk like an extra 10 minutes further, the like just the absolute clamor and busyness kind of just dies out. Like every few minutes that you walk, you're like, there's like 8,000 fewer people here. Walk 5 more minutes, there's 8,000 fewer people.
Also, as a heads up, I find it super helpful to not eat at normal eating times. So if you eat like a brunch, dinner, and like a late night snack, like those 3 meals, I feel like easier to get.
Yes. Do amusement park rules. Eat when people aren't eating.
Yes.
Good point.
Good plan.
All right, number 5 for me is a game. It's the game of Robo Rally. There is an organization that sets up in the same place every year, and they've got these big old Lego panels and Lego, I don't even know what the system is called, like they're actual computer-controlled robots that drive around, and they've been calibrated to work with the frame that they're doing. And there's a club that has basically maintained this throughout, and they set it up every day. It's a ticketed event, and you can play Robo Rally on this giant board, and they hand the programming cards to the computer. It scans them, and then Twonky rotates, and they've got their own stylized version of the bot. So I think there's a Wall-E in there. They've created all these new custom robots, and they're pushing each other around, and the computer just controls everything, and you get to watch the whole thing execute. It feels very it's like the next level of a programming game because you're actually programming the robots to see them do the thing. It is basic Robo Rally because they only have so many things they can do, but I'd probably have a different map each time that they play. I've never done it, but I've watched, and that on its own is a blast. Giant Robo Rally, my number 5.
That map looks like everything is on one side.
It really does.
Yeah.
That's true.
Like you get on that conveyor belt and you're just going.
You are going.
Oh, that's fun. Yeah, you're right. I've never played either, but it is such like an iconic part of Gen Con that I'm like, yep, it's there. It's worth, if nothing else, just stopping and watching for a few minutes.
Just seeing it, yeah. It's fascinating.
You have to see it during the middle of the day. This is not a late night event. This is like during the core of the day because they pack it up and take it home.
That's
true.
Makes
sense.
Safekeeping. Number 4 is going to sound a little self-serving. and that's because it's completely self-serving. The Dice Tower Awards is technically outside of the vendor hall and totally legitimate for this list.
Someone in the chat called that out already.
Well, I don't care. This is my pick. I'm smarter.
Well, they said it was number one, right? They're like, number one, right?
Okay, fine. Well, we're still allowed to pick it then for the number ones. No, this is we're very excited. We're putting together some of the stuff for the awards show this year, and Eric, you are, I'm assuming, gracing us with your vocal cords again. Yes.
I do have the song. I actually got the hat. I have a sari pawn that I will be wearing on my head, and we strapped it and turned it into a hat. It's heavier than I thought, so I'm going to have to. It's sort of like if you've seen Fiddler on the Roof, there's the bottle dance scene. It's going to be like that. I have to keep my head very straight up and down for my song, but it's only 2 minutes long, so I should be okay.
Do you need backup singers for it again? Because I got this move down.
Do you? Okay.
Swing and snap.
You've been practicing just in case it's necessary.
Just thumbs up.
We'll talk.
We'll talk. My people will get in touch with your people.
After Gen Con.
No, the awards, fantastic. It's one of the most fun live shows that we do out of all the conventions.
Yeah.
All right, you're up.
It's
3.
me.
I think it's Wendy.
Yes, I was just staring at the screen, pondering about the Dice Tower Awards. All right, next on my list, what did I actually write down? Now I forgot. Wait for it. Oh, yes. All right, so this is another little gem that I discovered last year. Joey and Alex Evans go to this every year. This is like a part of their Gen Con tradition, and I got to be a part of it this last year, and that is the AEG Big Game Night. So what this is AEG puts this on. This is a ticketed event, and it is sold out for this year. So if you're looking into future years, buy your tickets early because this sells out because it's a super good deal. So I think it's like $45 to get in, and then you get taught a couple of the new AEG games that are coming out, and then you get a bag full of games. You get like 3 or 4 games that you leave with. So for $45, you get all of that. You get like a whole evening of entertainment and a bag full of games. It's absolutely fabulous. So last year, we were taught Knitting Circle and Point Galaxy were the two that I think I was taught. I think there was one more, but I got there like a little bit late.
Propolis or something like that.
Yeah, Propolis. Yeah, that's what it was. But yeah, so this was such a fun thing that I didn't know it existed. So it's in the stadium arena building, but it is not down on the like stadium floor because that's like open gameplay. But yeah, it was in like one of the side rooms, and it just was a really cool experience. So highly recommend.
Rich Saunders in the chat asks here, is it Big Game Night or Big Game Night? And the way that it's written here, it's AEG Big Game Night.
Game night.
Yeah,
All right, I get the number 2 selection, and that is something that happens every year right outside the exhibit hall at Gen Con, and it's called Card Holla. People donate random CCG cards, the cheap ones, the lands, the basic cards, and I think they start by collecting these like crazy all year long and just arrive with crates of them, and people still donate them throughout the course of the event, and then you build structures. Anyone can build. There are some people who have done it for the first time, and they're making small little pyramids, and there are others that build these gigantic multi-story constructs that reach into the sky, spell out words. It looks different if you look at there's a catwalk that's above it. You can look down on it, see things that they've spelled out. There are some amazing patterns you can see with the Pokemon cards where they've taken the water cards and the fire cards and made patterns with them. Amazing creativity that goes throughout. It's different every year. There's no set plan. People just go and they build. And then Saturday night, they destroy it with coins. It's a charity event. They auction off who gets to throw the first coin, and then everybody just chucks cash at it, and it all collapses. And by Sunday morning, it's gone. It's this amazing like performance art, charity event, creativity extravaganza that I track every single year. Card Holla, can't wait.
Have you actually been in there and like built stuff?
I've never built. I'm afraid I would knock stuff over, but I take pictures every day. I'm like checking in at the same time about 8 a.m. every day to see what's happened the night before.
Yeah, it is very impressive.
Yeah, but I also agree that I would never be that kid in the middle of multiple of the buildings. I'd be like, oh no, I'm going to accidentally be Godzilla from the old Toho movies.
Yeah, no chance in the world. There's probably more space around that kid than it looks like. That's my guess.
That kid lives there now. That's
Yeah, they can't get out. That you can see there's a look of consternation on their face. They're like, I would love to leave, but I don't know how to get out of here.
People just like throw in chicken nuggets.
Don't knock the tower, but eat. Oi. Number one, I'm going to pull from the live chat here. Mike Heller, I see that you twice put True Dungeon. That's true. There's a ton of cool stuff in there. But I'm going to give the shout out to DJ Dan, who says right when you were about to mention Wendy the cantina, right?
Oh yeah.
It's just all the cool local foods. All the local food places are the best. I mean, yeah, you can go to brand name places or whatever, but it's kind of fun to just walk around and be like, never heard of this. Let's try it. I love traveling to different cities with my stomach. That's my favorite way to travel.
It would be weird if you left your stomach behind, in all honesty.
Yeah, but
It's
not
usually
only
the best way to travel.
yeah, not only do I pack my stomach, I also let it lead. Just like, okay, boy, suss it out, and it just goes. Yeah, just like that.
Do you have any favorite local fare?
Eric, do you have any particular food place you really like there?
I mean, I mentioned Harry and Izzy's across the street. It is the less expensive version of St. Elmo's. And there's this classic shrimp cocktail that you can get there that is if you like horseradish, it's like a culinary roller coaster. To try that, it's an experience I try and have once a year. So that's a nice place to go, and it's an institution in the area to head to Harry and Izzy's.
Yeah, it's a classic for a reason. I don't remember offhand, but I remember that every time we walk around, I'm like, hey, look at that place. Let's eat there. Or, hey, look, it's this.
There's a sushi place we always go to. Like you mentioned, like that's like 10 minutes away. Like we just walk a little extra far. There's nobody ever there, and I don't remember the name of it. Oh, it's like Yoshi Sushi.
I think it is, yeah.
It's Yoshi Sushi.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's a place I really enjoy going to because it is a little bit of a walk, but you get to see some more of the downtown.
Mm-hmm.
You get away from the crowds, and it's pretty quick, too. So it's worth the
There's
extra
also
walk
an awesome deli and a Greek restaurant that's like 8 blocks south of Lucas Oil Stadium, but it's a bit of a walk, but it's worth it.
Shapiro's
There's also
Deli,
the
right?
meatball place.
That one closed. That one closed years ago.
You got to be
Meatball place is
careful
gone.
when we're only there once a year. That like, oh yeah, I love the Ram. You should go to the Ram. No, that's gone. They've had 2 restaurants since then. Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably.
I still remember the name of the meatball place, Mimi Blues, which R.I.P. But no, yes, Shapiro's Deli, I think is the name of the one. There. That's
yes.
highly, highly recommend.
Also, sushi is not local for Indianapolis, apparently.
Yeah.
It isn't.
You,
But the people that
you
work there
got
are
us
locals.
there. All right, well, we're going to jump now to our last contributor, and then we'll be back with a game show hosted by one Eric Summerer.
This is a segment where we take a look at a board game based on an IP, and I tell you if the IP and the mechanisms match. Today we're looking at Ghostbusters Protect the Barriers. On a turn, you will take the die that has the movement numbers on it, and you roll it. And this is going to tell you if a ghost is going to appear, if it has a little ghost symbol, and how many spaces that you can move. If there's a ghost on it, you will flip over the top card, and it will tell you what to do. So then when you would move, there's little spots right here that you can have. You would just move the number of spots there. So 1, 2, 3, 4. If you're in a location with one of these, you can just pick up the paranormal device. It goes in your backpack. If you're able to get your Ghostbuster outside, you'll have delivered it, and you'll be one part of the way there. It kind of goes in your ecto chamber over here, and you can deliver it if you're there. Now, if you're ever in a room with a ghost, you'll fight it. You can roll this dice. If you roll a green and there's a haunting there, you'll remove that. I'll get to in a second. If you roll a ghost, then you would remove the ghost from the board. If it's a blank, then the ghost would stay there and nothing would happen. One of the rules of the game is there ever 3 ghosts in the same room, then you would remove them from the board and you would put out a haunting. The way that you win the game is by getting all of these devices, these paranormal devices outside, as I've already showed you. This really does feel like a Ghostbusters game. You're Ghostbusters, in effect. You're going into the mansion and you're busting ghosts, setting traps, and getting out with those ghosts. And there is a goal that you want to get, but it really feels like a Ghostbusters game. Now, this is based off the Ghostbusters that had the 4 women in that time period, and I think it works brilliantly in this game. I feel like I'm going in and doing exactly what Ghostbusters would be doing, minus the funny jokes, but you can supply the jokes, and I feel like it works great. This is one of the best children's games I've ever played. It has a different version without IP, and this is just phenomenal. It gives you a little extra variant with the additional ghost that's included with it. This is a very solid game, and I think families and children are going to love it, and you're going to feel like you're busting ghosts, which is great. So the mechanisms and the gameplay definitely match with this one, and it's a game I would highly recommend.
It's time to play a game, everybody. And it is my turn to decide what it is we're going to play. One of the events, we've talked about Dice Tower East going so well, but one of the events that I had a chance to do was to run a Parsley game for a group of about 50 people. We did Jungle Adventure. If you've never heard of Parsley, it is an emulation of the old text-based adventure games like Zork and Planetfall and Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, where I play the computer and the players in the audience take turns giving commands as the audience, as the player. They are all collectively the player. And so we are going to play a very small Parsley adventure with Wendy and Chris. They are going to take turns giving commands. Chat, you can help all you want, but I'm only listening to Wendy and Chris. And we are going to play Flaming Goat. Are you ready, Wendy and Chris?
Oh, I'm so ready. I actually was just playing Day of the Tentacles again this weekend, so I feel less text-based, but much more prepared.
Excellent.
I'm just listening to Rich Saunders. Get sword.
Yeah. Subway platform. You exit the train and find yourself standing all alone on a subway platform. A vending machine is here. There is an up escalator here. Wendy?
I'm going to take a look at the vending machine.
The battered and abused vending machine appears to be without power. Chris?
Can I plug in the vending machine?
I don't know. Can you?
You're right. I look
Wendy?
behind the vending machine to plug it in.
Wendy?
I look inside the vending machine through the glass to see if there's anything inside of it.
I don't know. Can you? I look inside the vending machine to see if there's something inside of it? Chris?
I don't think he said
I didn't say can. I didn't say can I. I just said I did.
Mm-hmm. I reach inside the vending machine to see if I can grab something from the bottom row.
I'm glad that you reach inside the vending machine to see if there is something inside the vending machine.
I reach inside the vending
Wendy?
machine.
You have to give commands. It's not D&D.
Reach in vending machine.
You find nothing inside the vending machine.
Plug in vending machine.
The vending machine is plugged in.
Uh-oh.
You got to do the thing.
Do the shake? I shake vending machine.
A can of soda drops out of the machine.
Pick up soda.
You have the soda.
What flavor is it?
Chris?
All right. Go to escalator.
You are at the escalator.
Look at soda.
A warm, unopened can of soda. It's dusted with an acceptable amount of rat and insect droppings.
Wow. Go back to vending machine.
The vending machine is here.
Shake vending machine.
You shake the vending machine vigorously. Nothing happens.
Fine. All right. Go up escalator.
You step onto the bottom step and are surprised to find that you go nowhere.
Walk
Wendy?
up escalator one step at a time.
Walk up escalator. You are standing midway up a broken escalator. A flaming goat blocks your path.
It's your turn.
Oh, good.
What you gonna do to the goat, Chris?
I don't know. Spray goat with soda.
I don't know how to do that, Wendy.
Poke a hole in the top of the soda can and cover with your finger, shake it vigorously, and spray goat with soda.
I don't know how to do that.
Shake can.
The can is shaken.
Shake can vigorously.
You shake can vigorously.
Point can at goat.
The goat looks at the can and does nothing.
Open can.
You open the can. You pop the top of the can. It lets out a pleasant tss.
That's it.
Okay.
It must have been low on carbonation.
On carbonite.
Yeah.
Pour soda on goat.
The flames are extinguished. The soda can is now empty.
We did it. We win.
We did it. Talk to goat.
The goat listens to your ramblings and does nothing.
Walk past goat.
A goat stands in the way.
Shove goat.
The goat shoves back.
Ooh, do I fall down the escalator?
Okay. Climb over goat.
You're not athletic enough to do that.
Well, that's accurate.
Ooh, I'm going to steal the chats. Feed the can to the goat.
The goat bites the can and wanders off with it, chewing noisily.
Oh, you did it.
Genius chat.
Hunt goat.
There is no goat here.
Finish walking up escalator.
I don't know how to finish.
Okay. Climb escalator.
You are standing at the top of a broken escalator. You may now resume your daily commute. What was up with that goat, eh? The end. You scored 1,000 out of 1,000 points. Congratulations.
We did it! High five!
Yes.
I got points for once in a game. I'm so proud of myself.
That is Flaming Goat. You and the chat have successfully completed the adventure. You done did it.
We done did it. We didn't even lose points for pushing the goat and falling down the escalator and injuring ourselves, presumably.
We
No.
didn't fall down. I was going to fall down if I had the next choice, and then I was going to sue the goat.
You didn't try and drink the soda, which you get bonus points for as well.
You get bonus points?
You don't. You shouldn't drink it. It's warm. It's gross. You don't want it.
Rat droppings.
But
But
you
it's a
generally
suitable amount.
No, it wasn't that part. It was like Eric's just like, ugh, I don't like warm soda.
I
Disgusting.
don't like it.
Right out
Also,
of
if
the
you had
car.
looked in your pocket, you had 75 cents in there, and you could have put that in the machine.
But it was broken.
Yeah, it wouldn't have done anything, but you could have put it in the machine.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
that's
now
fair.
I'm 75 cents richer.
It's true.
Yeah, so you got 1,000.75 points.
Ooh.
I like it. All right. Well, Eric, thanks for running Flaming Goat. I do miss the goat when it was on fire. I was going to do so many things with it, but instead we got points, and I'm okay with that.
I realized you could have ripped your shirt off and smothered the goat.
I don't think you wanted to do that.
Smother goat.
No.
All right. Well, Eric, thanks for
Lovely.
running that. But yeah, if you want to try something very similar to that on a much grander scale, Dice Tower East next year. Well, I mean, presumably, unless you're sick of running Parsley.
No, I want to do more. That's
Go
why
ahead.
I did it with you.
All right.
I ask everyone now if they want to play Parsley, and they usually tell me no, but you didn't know we were doing it, so you had to say yes.
That's true. That would have been really poor form for hosting the show. Be like, you know what? We're
You know
good,
what? I'm
Eric.
not feeling this. Let's
Not
say
like
no.
your game show.
Yeah, we'll just.
We'll just skip you next.
There's too much. There's too much.
All right, folks, we got a slate of a week coming up. We're back from conventions and stuff, and before Gen Con kicks in, we got 2 normal weeks of content coming up. So top 10 list, crowd surfing, all the and everything.
The
Eric,
bells and the whistles.
We have podcasts coming from y'all as
There
well.
is a podcast coming tomorrow where we recap Dice Tower East. And so, yeah, lots of fun stuff headed that way. And then in 2 weeks, it'll be a Gen Con preview right before Gen Con itself.
That's that's exciting.
There's going to be a few different preview videos
we'll
coming out from various and sundry of us.
We're going to recap Dice Tower East as well. The most checked out games in the library will be a live stream
That's
this week.
on Wednesday, yes.
And then we're also, going to have, especially next week, a lot of what are we looking forward to at Gen Con and everything. So make sure to check out content here. Make sure to go check out the podcast. And as for the rest of us, thanks for coming to Board Game Breakfast. Hey, folks, I'm Chris Yi.
I'm Wendy Yi.
And I'm Eric Summerer.
And this is Rich Saunders.
There's too much.
Hey, thanks for watching another video here on the Dice Tower. We really appreciate you stopping by and checking our things out. Thanks so much for joining us today. And hey, if you really like what we're doing here at the Dice Tower, then there are different ways to support the Dice Tower. One of those ways is through Patreon. We have links in the description to this video, and we have links to lots of other things we do down there, so definitely check it out. But either way, we're glad you watched us. Tell your friends about the Dice Tower. Until next time, though, I'm Tom Vassell, and I hope you enjoyed this video.